Today, let's go over how to actually use AI to automate tedious processes in your community.
Specifically, I'll help you set up an automation that responds to any question that anyone has in your community with AI in a matter of seconds. Just check this out. This is absolutely insane. So Taylor asked a question, and a few seconds after, the AI actually solved her problem. Just imagine how much time this will free up for yourself and how it would feel like to sit back and know your community is taken care of, your community engagement is taken care of, and potentially even being able to replace a full-time community manager that would usually cost you 2 to 4K. And you can do that by answering questions in your community with AI. And here's another example. Alexandra asked a tech question and the AI responds in a matter of seconds, solving her problem even before our tech expert gets to it, right? So, and that is the beauty of it. Like, you don't block the progress of your clients and you can help them move forward, achieving their goals much faster by just having so much support. And today I'm going to show you how you can set that up for yourself.
So let's go. Let's not forget the ginormous amount of coffee that I need before. So first I want to show you what the end result will look like. Now, if you are in your community platform, for us at Circle, we are trying to automate a response to a post from a client or a community member. Now, in our case, I set up a whole new account with an example where I just basically used myself for now, but usually you would take your tech support role or whatever role you want and make it really clear that this is AI. So as you can see here, we have her posting a tech support question, and here is the AI response. And this response was made without any action on my side or on my team's side. So let's set it up. For that, you will need a Zapier account. You'll also need a ChatGPT account. I'm not going to show you how to set that up because it's very simple. So first thing is we want to choose a trigger. So for your community, if you use Circle or School or whatever, you want to choose if a new post was made in your community. And then you want to select the trigger, which is which community and also which space in your community. Then you just want to click continue and pull up one of the latest records. So let's find me a new one because this is the one that I just used. Perfect. Let's use this one. Continue, continue. If username, that's important because let's say I'm super fast and I'm responding. I don't want to respond to my own questions. And I also don't want to respond to my own posts in the community. So make sure to exclude your name. For example, if this was posted from me, I would exclude Jenny. So I make sure that if I posted, I don't comment under my own post. That would be really weird. So next thing would be just to click continue. Continue again. Now we want to run it through a formatter. So you choose a formatter by Zapier. You choose text, action. You input the value of your post. So for example, this one, boom. Now we have this in here. Then we want to use this. That way we get a super clear response before we feed it to ChatGPT. Now we're going to click next. I see I have the question here, so that means that's all good. Then we're going to click on ChatGPT. So we want to choose this app. Then we want to choose conversation event down here. Then we want to click continue. We want to connect your account, very important. And then the juicy part happens where you can really get as creative as you want. I'm going to go through the basics. So we have the user message where, for example, let's say I want to replace some of the tedious work for my tech support to free up his time. I would say something like, a new member of our community just posted a message in our tech and design channel. I want to reply to the post to resolve the issue or provide valuable tips and guidance with actionable steps and recommendations. Please write me a structured response pretending to be Max, our tech support. So this name can be anything. I just chose something random for the sake of showing you guys, but usually I would just say our tech AI or something like that. And then we also need to feed it, obviously, the question that the person asked. So for that, we just write something like, here's the tech question from the member, and then we can add it in here. So you go formatter by Zapier, because we want to have the formatted response without any like weird things. And then you literally just click on this and then it's in here. Boom. Cool. Then we want to choose model 4. That's important. We don't use a memory key here, but if you want, you can have the exact user ID from the circle member. For example, let's say my user ID is 123. I would insert here the user ID. Let's see if I have it. Yeah, user ID. So I can insert this, and anytime this user ID appears again in here, it will remember your conversation, your previous conversation. But at this point, it doesn't really matter. Only if you, let's say you do relationship coaching or something like this, and you have a really long conversation with somebody and you need to know all their problems and previous experiences. But you can get really creative with this. As I said, I'm going to show you the basics here so you can iterate on the process. I don't need an image. Then I will call the assistant Max, or you can also call it AI helper or whatever. I'm just going to call it Max. And then the assistant instructions. So this is where it gets a little bit creative. I'll show you what I would put in here. And before we jump into what you can write in here, I want to just let you know that there is a few different options. So this is a very basic option to provide support. If you want to go really crazy, and that's usually what I do with my clients in creators training, if we are scaling a little bit higher, we actually use Flowise to train the AI on our company data, on everything we've ever recorded, so that we can provide the best support in the fastest amount of time to our clients. And that requires a little bit more of a technical support. You can hire a little dev, you can watch a few videos on Flowise, and if you're already good at tech, then you probably figure it out super fast, because I really believe in not throwing any blockers at my clients, so they have a smooth process in getting to their goals in the fastest time possible. So what we can write in here is, you are Max, a tech geek working in the creators training community. Now, another example would be, let's say I do it for myself. I would say, you are Jenny. You are the owner, or you are the founder of Creators Training for female online entrepreneurs. And then you can say something like, you pretend to be me at all times. Then you can write, to become me, analyze the following to learn my tone of voice, my words, my values, and my personal character, and the product my students signed up for. So this is a very simple prompt engineering part where you can just provide simple things about your product. You can provide 5, 6, 10 examples of how you talk, because if it was for me, I don't say, yo bro, I say, hey my love, blah, 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 like, you know, a little bit more girly. So it will learn from these examples. And that's, again, super basic prompt engineering right here. So then I'll just give it a little bit of background on what we're actually selling. And since this is for tech support, I'll also mention a few platforms that we're personally using. If you want to go super crazy, you could even use Flowise to generate the response and send in an API webhook through Flowise to Zapier, catch it there, and integrate some other tools in Flowise, which is something where you can search the web, you can integrate other resources other than your knowledge base. The possibilities are endless, but let's stick to the simple version. Now for the product, you want to just outline a little bit about your course or whatever you sell. And here's what I wrote for us as an example. Product Conversion Designer course is a 3-month coaching program. Every student has their own success coach to keep them accountable. Students learn the skills of funnel design, sales, conversion tracking, and web design to land their first client online, to go travel, quit the 9-to-5, feel more free and less stressed. They mainly use these tools, WordPress, Elementor, to create landing pages, and now as well Framer as a newer tool. Now, if you want to add some more examples, you can say something like, here are some examples of previous responses, and then you can literally just add the responses. Make sure you don't use these little signs. This confuses the AI, and sometimes it uses this in the response in circle or in your community, and we don't want that. And then also, if you put examples, make them as clean as possible, no spelling mistakes, don't use names. So for example, if I put examples of me giving responses to other clients, I would say, hey Justin, or hey Emily, or hey Mark. We don't want to do this because then the AI gets confused about like, who am I talking to, and then jumbles up some weird names in your response, and that's just weird. So you can leave this if you want to, but I do want to use just 400 tokens, kind of like limiting the response to be like super long. I don't want to write an ebook for every single client. Give them the responses fast. Temperature 1, top P1, continue. And then I want to retest the step. Retest. So you would click this, boom, and then we get the helpful response for the question. So super easy. Then we click continue. What I always want to do is run it again through a formatter. So we want to look for numbers, continue. And the reason why I'm showing this here to you, because you might want to have a time delay. You want to post responses in an hour or after 10 minutes or 5 minutes, and I kind of make it more random. So you can use something like this. It's just a little nugget that I'm throwing in here. So you can do 1 minute to 100, and then it picks a random number. So once we have a random number, I'm going to change the spec so we can get the response fast, but it will pick a random number. And for example, now it gave me the output 1. So now I have the number 1, and that means 1 minute. So I can continue, and then I add delay by Zapier, delay 4, output 1. So I want to add the output from the numbers formatter here in Zapier, output 1. So that means 1 minute, and then I choose the time. You can also do like hours, days, weeks. I want to do minutes, so it waits 1 minute until it posts. Continue. Continue. Then you want to select the create a comment event for your community, or you can send off an API, which is a little bit more complicated, but most platforms have it in their developer docs. So you can usually just Google school developer docs or whichever other platform you're using. Then you want to connect the account you're posting from. So for the sake of this example, I used my own just to be quick here. Then I select my community, because you can also have multiple different communities. We have Sales God community, you have Creators Training. So I want to select Creators Training, then the space, it's in the tech and design member space, and then the topic. So the topic you find usually in the very beginning, just scrolling down so we can find this, and that's unique to the post. So every post has a unique ID, so we can backtrack and actually comment under the correct post. Then you want to select the member email you want to comment from, and after that you select the member response, and you want to use the conversation in ChatGPT. You want to get the output, which is reply, so you select reply here, something like that, and then you have it in here. Skip notification false, continue. And then you want to publish this or retest the step, and boom, you'll see now to the cringe. Now we have the response in here. So you see that she asked this question and I responded with my AI. So that is super simple. And I usually also reply by myself, because the more good answers we have, the better, and the faster the client can resolve the issue or get tips and tricks on how they can continue with whatever question they have, the better. So I hope you get a ton of value out of this. If you have questions, post them below. And if you are still confused about automations, scaling your business, or then high-paying clients, check out Creators Training Community. That's where me and my partner Julian teach all the things that I just showed you here. And right now I'm doing actually a few free calls, so you can claim them below if you want to get some help, a clear roadmap on your goals, a clear roadmap on how to scale your business. I would be super excited to actually meet you in person, because I don't know who's watching this. So let's meet up. Have a good day. Bye.